Hey guys, Sean here. So I have a Reddit user. You think twice, 283? They say critical reflection of the Mandela effect. Hello, Mandela effect friends. I think it's about time to open a post which is much more critical of the Mandela effect. We discuss a lot of what we think we see, but there are also a lot of inconsistencies or other explanations we should talk about. I agree. I will start with some, maybe you can expand. What is the real thread behind Mandela effect? How does it really work? $1 million question. Why do people who really work in movies or companies that have had changes are not affected? But a lot of people who don't have much to do with it are. You have to agree that for outsiders, a misremembering is much more plausible. I agree. The easy, low-hanging fruit explanation is that yes, it's memory issues, which is a contributing factor, absolutely. And if you Mandela effect, absolutely real. But if you think that it's all like all the people reporting changes, no, there's a lot of memory confusion out there, and there's a lot of real Mandela effects out there. But yes, the question is, someone who works for a company and the logo changes, why are they not seeing the change? But someone who is not really too connected to the logo, just lightly, sees the change. I've addressed this before in other specific videos, but it goes something like, the more you pay attention to something in this reality, right now, the way things are, the less likely it is to change. The dude who worked in the Ford factories making Ford vehicles, who looks at the Ford logo every day, is very unlikely to see a change. To them, the squiggly line has always been there. Just like your house is probably not going to change colors. The trees in your backyard are probably not going to change places. But the trees in a field that you see, once in a blue moon, maybe it does change. If you're only lightly connected to something, it could change. And my intuition tells me that has to do with some form of consciousness or intelligence that has some level of oversight to these shifts, consciousness changes in humans' perception, that we're not going to be overwhelmed. There's something in place to make sure people don't lose their minds. So the changes won't be that severe. Okay. That also explains why there's only mostly small changes. When and how do we shift in the universe? You literally shift many times every second. That's how time works. Time does not move forward. You move from parallel reality to parallel reality where the clock looks different. It's always the present. The clock looks different because you've shifted to a world where the second hand is on a different position. For real, man. Crazy as that? Crazy as batshit crazy as that sounds. There are so many people who are partly affected from different timelines. I still find no real thread here either. And also, it is often said that you and your whole family remember differently. Yes, Mandela effect is a person-to-person experience. No two human beings are going to have the exact same Mandela effect reality shift experience. Regardless, is it really plausible that the whole family has shifted to the other universe, even if they live miles away? You are the only real person in your universe. Now this is way out there. This is something I was going to get into about 2 years from now, but I'll just throw it out here in this video a little bit. Every person outside of yourself in your physical reality is your own energy creating the form, and it's your soul's best understanding of what that other soul is like. It's not actually them. You're creating a version of them. Your family, you're creating, and it's so abstract. And I know that's a lot of people. It's just like, what? But anyway, we'll get into that down the road. That's a big one. Why are so often memes or memes, MEME, I don't know, is it memes? I think it's memes. Why are so often memes are pulled up as evidence? Well, if you think about, hold on, let me read the rest, then we'll get to the memes. I think it's the other way around. These wrong memes are maybe the reason we do remember it wrong, because we have read it otherwise. Okay, I can see that too. I can see it going either way in some regards. And sometimes a meme is not for correct quoting. Maybe we'll only show the quintessence of a movie. For example, Luke, I am your father. It makes sense to write it that way, even if no, I am your father is correct. But when you read Luke, you remember it was said to him. And maybe a lot of these memes are the reason why people think Luke was like it was said. Same for what if I told you, if you would write all of what Morpheus said on a meme, there would not be enough room. So it is summarized with, what if I told you? It also fits with the look on his face. Same for Hannibal's Hello Clarence, so it's better understandable to whom he says that. All I can say on this one is, people have anchor memories. Strong, severe, profound anchor memories. Yes, seeing a lot of memes over and over again might color your perception and make you think that you remember something that what didn't happen, but there are so many profound anchor memories. Why are most of the Mandela effects so small? Just like I said about whatever's overseeing this process and people's minds not getting blown to where they lose it completely, okay? I'll read the rest. Or if they're not small, only people do misremembering it who only read it or heard it on TV. None of the people who were on the Mandela's funeral do remember it wrong. Okay. I'm not sure what that word is. It's not really spelled right. I can't tell. Another issue is different misrememberings. Some remember Shazam to be like that. Others different actors or scenes. You could say they're also from different universes, but you could use it as an evidence of the Mandela effect not existing. Last but not least, you have to agree that changes in company logos are easy to explain with misremembering. Yes, like I said, memory issues is definitely a contributing factor to false positive Mandela effects. Yes, that's absolutely correct. There are plenty of examples of people who think they remember something because their memory is having an issue. And there are plenty of examples where we literally shifted to a parallel reality and our memories are freaking good and it's different now. The changes are so small, maybe you only see the logo for just some seconds in your life and your brain fills in the rest. And the human brain works identical. I barely bring up the logos because they're so subtle, I don't have a strong connection to them. I kind of remember a dash between Kit Kat, but I don't have any anchor memories of it, so I don't put my flag on that. I put my flag on other things. People say Mandela effect's not real and you're a bunch of idiots. I have something to say, and I've said it before in some very potent ways. But I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it real like I always have and always will. Feel free to discuss. I think we should take a step back and consider other possibilities, even if you so strongly want to believe in the Mandela effect, because you want something important to happen in your life. Regards, Okay, so a couple comments to that post from that Reddit user. It seems you missed the red line due to lack of study of the Mandela effect. I suggest you dive a bit deeper and try to see all the Mandela effects. You start to think in terms of energy, frequencies, and vibrations, and the perceived separation between them. Another guy says, I see some discussion on here regarding anchor memories. Yeah, anchor memories. That's big. Anchor memories is so important to this situation. So important. Oh my God. As the best proof of Mandela effect. The comeback is that there is no scientific proof that anything exists to be an anchor memory. Okay? Let's see. When I was a teenager, I had a thought in my mind. I remember thinking to myself, why does no one call the Berenstain Bears the Berenstain Bears? There you go, buddy. What the fuck? Anyway, back to yeah. So, well, here's my anchor memory, and I invite anybody to challenge that. This is bad or mistaken memory. I think this person was actually saying anchor memories are legit. But anyway, I threw out one of mine. I turned 13 in June of 1979, and the day after After school got out for the summer, I got braces put on. I felt awful and very subconscious about it and figured my whole summer was shot. A couple weeks later, my mother took me to see the new James Bond movie, trying to cheer me up. Well, you probably know where this is going by now, so let's just say I left the viewing of Moonraker with a newfound confidence because because that gorgeous blonde, remember I was 13, so yes, she was what I focused on, had braces, and I fell in love with Jaws and his braces, and there must be hope for me. That memory and era in my life is etched not only into my brain, but also as part of the fabric of who I am today. Anchor memories are freaking profound. So yes, memories are not perfect, but this was a profound moment of my childhood transferring into teenage years. So my question to anyone with the answer is simply, what happened to her braces? So yeah, so interesting ideas. So yeah. Do something kind for a stranger. Make the world a better place. Be good. Be kind. I love you. And I'll see you again.